Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy BDB, and here's the second part of this YouTube video. If you did not check out the first part, make sure you go check it out right here. Also, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, because I will have more content for you. So, like I was saying, with College Football 26, the customization of the crowd, everything. I want the customization to be for me and myself. I know the users want to feel more customization. And what I mean by customization, like I said, I was talking about the crowd and toughness ranking. And I'm going to use Penn State, for example, because like I said, I use Penn State the most in College Football 25, Dynasty Mode, Road to College Football Playoffs, anything, I'm using Penn State. So say like with Penn State, we obviously know they have a wideout game. But say like if you put a wideout at 12 o'clock, yeah, it's going to be tough. So say like that's going to be like a fourth toughness ranking. Because, yeah, it's a wideout, so that instantly boosts everything, but it's not at night. And say like if it was a wideout at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, oh yeah, that's number one toughest place to play at. But say like if it's a stripe out 8 o'clock, blue and white stripe out at 8 o'clock, then yeah, make it like, second toughest ranking. Now if it's a stripe helmet game at 8 o'clock, make it like second or third type of thing, because everybody knows a whiteout game at night at Beaver Stadium, full capacity, yeah, you gonna play. You gonna play. But you ain't gonna like it. Everybody know that. So that's what I mean. Now, also what they need to do is let us customize the stadium crowd. Like what I mean by that, and obviously I talk about the appearance of the crowd in the game, but also let us adjust the capacity. Meaning, do we want the stadium to be packed all the way to the fullest capacity? Or do we want to have it mid, or do you want to have it low? Because some stadiums, because it feels like in every college, like every game in college football, every stadium I play at, the crowd is packed regardless of the record. Like say like if I'm using Penn State and they're playing like a 0-11 Tulane and I'm playing at Tulane, right? Why is Tulane still overly packed and they're 0-11? That's not realistic. If Tulane is 0-11, we all know Tulane ain't nobody showing up. Now, credit, it's Penn State, ranked Penn State. But, like, ain't nobody really showing up for Tulane. You know what I mean? Like, no one's really showing up to those games. So they got to make that realistic. Like, say, like, Kent State. Say, like, if they're 0-11, why will I go to Kent State? They're still packed. No. No. That's unrealistic. They need to make it more realistic. And I feel like with the customization in the game with the crowds, I feel like with their appearance and the capacity, I feel like that will make it better. And I feel like what they need to do is, like I said, you can have none, like little to none. They need to have no capacity like they did in COVID times. Remember in COVID when nobody could show up to any college football games and they'll just play it on TV and they had to add like their own sound. I wish college football would do that. Or you could have little capacity where it's like barely is anyone in that stadium. Like people are there, but it's like it's not packed. Mid capacity, meaning like, okay, people are there, but it ain't like full to the brim. You know what I'm saying? It's not full. It's not full. Now, if it's max capacity, like every seat in the stadium is like most seats in the stadium are full. Or you could have it over capacity, because some stadiums have over capacity games, meaning there's more people than there should be in the stadium. Like for Beaver Stadium, they say the expected crowd, or like it can only hold like 110,000. But when they played Ohio State this year, when they were number 3 and Ohio State was number 4, guess what? There was 111,000. Let there be an overcapacity type of game where the game is completely packed. That type of thing. Let there be that. They need to have that setting in the game. I feel like that customization, like me, I'm more of a customization guy. Like, let me feel like I have full control of the game. Don't limit me on things. Now, another thing, like I said, I want to talk about in like customization, and I'm going into Dynasty mode because I mainly play Dynasty. I didn't play Road to Glory, but Dynasty for the stadiums. Let us edit the stadiums. renovate the stadiums. We have it in Madden, and nobody rarely plays Madden now because Madden is the same game. But in Madden, if you're the owner, even I think if you're the head coach, you get to upgrade the stadium, you get to renovate the stadium, you get to relocate the stadium. Let us be able to do that. Let us be able to upgrade the parking lots, the concessions, the bathrooms, the everything. Let us be able to edit the stadium where if now credit, I will say this. With editing the stadium, let us have full capacity to where if you want to make, say, like, for example, Bowling Green, the biggest stadium in college football, maybe the biggest stadium in the world, let somebody do that. Instead of it just being only the big schools can have the biggest stadium. No, let it to be any school you use, you can renovate it to have the biggest stadium in the game. And the more that you win, the more access you get, if that makes any sense. Let it be like that. Not just like off the rip, okay, my first year at Bowling Green, I'm going to make it the big. No, you got to earn your way up there. You see what I'm saying? That type of thing. Now, another thing I wish they would add into this game is, like I said, I talked about renovation to the stadium. Let us be able to do crowd appearances in the game. Let us be able to do crowd capacity in the game. And another thing I wish they bring back is the live weather. Instead of it being where I'm located at now. Well, I don't care if it's where I'm located at. I was going to say let it be where the stadium is at, but nah, it's fine. You can do where I'm located at. But like I said, let us be able to customize crowd appearance, crowd capacity, and depending on the time and the crowd capacity and the crowd appearance and all that stuff, and to say like only for the top 10 toughest places to play, only for top 10, not for all of the stadiums, but top 10, you're say like if it's a night game and you put it at the most infamous crowd appearance over capacity at that stadium, say like if they're ranked number 10, instead of it being number 10 toughness ranking, it goes up to number 7 or it goes up to number 5. You see what I'm saying? So like at Penn State, it's a 12 o'clock game and everybody wears what they want to wear. It's toughness rank number 6. But if it's a 4 o'clock game and they're doing a stripe out, like a blue and white stripe out, guess what? Instead of it being number 6, like it was in College Football 25, I'm just using their stuff. But College Football 25, instead of being their ranking at 6, it goes up to 4. And if it's like an 8 o'clock game and it's a whiteout, oh yeah, that's number 1 automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like that type. I wish they would do that. Now, but I might be asking for too much. Now in Dynasty, the one thing I wish they did better with the customization, when you create a schedule, please, EA, I get tired of it. Please let me create my own schedule. Now I understand rivalry games and trophy, like if they're fighting for a trophy, rivalry games, those I understand. Keep those locked. But any other conference games, do not lock me on those. I hate that. Because some games, I'm like, I don't want to play this team. Give me the toughest teams in the conference. And I understand, and I do like how they let you customize how many conference games, where do you want the conference championship to be at. Me, I always put the conference championship at the division leader's home, and I always put it and I edit how many games I want, yada, yada, yada. And I love how they let you bring back divisions, well, not divisions, but, like say like if you want to split them up in 2 divisions, with the East Big Ten and the West Big Ten, that type of thing. But I wish, like, with the conference games, when I pick my own conference games, let me pick what I want to pick. If I want to play at Wisconsin instead of playing UCLA, let me pick that instead of just making me play UCLA and I'm only allowed to play UCLA. You know what I mean? Let me create my own schedule to the capacity. And also let me pick whatever time that I want to play my games. Because I know a lot of people can understand this. I never get no night games. And I'm using Penn State and they have one of the best night games in the game. I feel like you need to let me pick a night game. Let me choose whatever time I want to play my games. If I want to have all my games at Beaver Stadium at night, let me do that. I don't care. Let me have full customization. Another thing they need to have for Dynasty, let us be able to edit the current players in the game. If I want to edit Drew Aller's ratings to be all 99s, let me edit them to be all 99s. Do not worry about it. Don't even ask questions, because we can edit their accessories, but we can't in the gear that they got. But let us be able to edit their ratings. If I want to make the whole entire team of Penn State Nittany Lions 99s, let me do it. Let me do it, please. Please let me do it. Now, another thing I wish they would do for your dynasty when you create your head coach, let us have an option, like let us have a mode or something. Not like a mode, but like have a little slot or something for your coach where we can see our own trophy room, please. Please, EA. I would love to, because I hate having to go through high and low to see what I got in my trophy room or what I've done in history. Now, another thing, for the player stats, if I want to see another player stat and seeing what he's doing in that year, in this year in college football, and or at his time at that school, please stop making me go through high and low to find his stats. Let me just go to that school, find his stats, and be like, all right, that's what he does. You know, instead of having to make me go through high and low looking for everybody on that list. You know, and for the draft, when the players go to the draft, stop making it overall based. If a player, say like if I have a 70 overall who had 3,000 yards rushing for 59 touchdowns, right? Why would he go undrafted just because he's a set? No, that doesn't make sense. That logic doesn't make sense. And I wish EA would fix that a lot better, because honestly, that like I said, that logic makes no sense. Now, another thing that I wish EA would add into the game is being able to let us pick our own traditions if you're in Dynasty mode. Like, for me, my traditions are, on a whiteout for Penn State, everything is white. Accessories, helmet, jersey, pants, cleats, socks, everything is white. If you're wearing a bracelet, white. Everything is white. Now, if it's a white out game and it's at night, the visors, dark visors. Oakley dark visors, every player except the quarterback and the lineman. But every other player, you're wearing dark visors. And the kicker. Kicker got to see. But every other player, you're wearing a dark visor. That type of thing. I wish they let you create your own traditions. And another thing I wish EA would let you do with the players and their physical abilities and mental abilities. Let us fully customize. You know what? I'll save that for part 3.